So Dallas finally got a win, and all it took was the entire Mavs squad to show up.
Shit, man. Instead of brooms, the Warriors should have brought umbrellas instead, because it was pouring threes.
Yes, it was, and we're going to talk about threes. An almost triple-double that we almost got to tonight was from LUKA Doncic at 30 points, 14 rebounds, and 9 assists, man. That kid was right there. But at least he got the W because, let's be honest, Dallas almost let this one slip away.
Man, they almost let that go, and there was a couple moments in the game. Obviously, the rain delay, like shit. Have you ever seen a rain delay in a not even in
our basketball arena's covered up?
Yeah, like what the fuck, man? Like Mark Cuban must have been heated. Like, you know, what the fuck,
must
man?
Have been some crazy rain out there.
Like, yo, I'm already losing this series, but now I gotta have this embarrassment on me, man. Like, poor billionaire owner can't afford.
Wait till Dallas experience a hurricane one day.
Yeah, for real.
That's rain.
Yeah, for real. That's real rain, man. But yeah, man, rain delays, and then like I think in the third quarter, 6:46 mark, Draymond Green. It was either second quarter or third quarter. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Draymond Green was making a free throw, and that shit was rattling, and then it got stuck on like the damn rim. And
we got a wedgie.
Yeah, and like when I was seeing that, man, I'm like, yeah, it's not the Warriors' night, man. Like
those are like one of those signs from like life or the basketball gods where it's like, hey, that says a lot.
But you know, but the Warriors, man, doing what the Warriors do, man, they just didn't give a shit, and they were like, all right, man, you know, you could put like 1 million black cats, it could be 1 million rain delays, but we're still gonna find a way to fuck shit up.
No,
and
for real.
Man, oh man,
a big part of that came from Kuminga, man. 17 points to lead that Millie little comeback.
Yeah, man, like
Porter Jr. 10 points. Everybody was showing up.
That's how stacked, you know, the Warriors team is, man. When like the freaking bench almost like scared the fuck out of
that is that shit
like,
is crazy.
You guys understand why? Like, you know, it's like I think there was a we were getting a comment for the Boston Celtics Heat reaction video. I put the card over here saying, bro, you're really saying that, you know, whoever advances from Boston and Miami is gonna get demolished by Warriors? You goddamn right, man. Like with the way how they're fucking playing, man. Like it seems like one night the Miami Heat or the Celtics, they could fucking win the finals, and then there's another night, man, that it's like they don't even belong in the league. They look that bad. I'm like, shit, man. I'm like, but anyways, before we get more into it, guys, we have been doing reaction videos to every single playoff game from the first round all the way to the finals. We're gonna keep doing that. So, guys, whether you're a Mavs fan, Warriors fans, Heat fans, Celtics fan, basketball fan in general, hit that like.
Talk about everything, baby.
Yeah, man.
Everything.
Hit that like, hit that sub, bell notification. I know a lot of y'all have been coming through some of the shorts. I know it's like a Vince Carter short and the Charles Barkley short. We got you with more shorts, but obviously, you know, stay tuned. We're gonna have more things for you guys. But based on everything that you saw, Andrade, like, has this game given you any inkling, any hope that the Mavs maybe can have a chance to
Look, I'm gonna say something that Broussard said earlier today, and I 100% agree with it because that's exactly how I would see it. Because I've had this exact same thought, not necessarily with this series, but with other series. I just never gave this series much of a thought.
Okay.
But he was telling Nick Wright, yo, I'm not even going to have. I'm only going to even maybe have a little bit of possibility that the Mavs could even move on from this series if they win the next 2 games and still get a game 7. They have to win at least get all the way down, so that's 3 wins in a row leading to a game 7. Then maybe there'll be like a small possibility in his eyes, and that's how I have to agree. Like, it's that bad because.
Yeah, for
another
real.
point they brought up that I like, yo, this is how I would bring it up too, is that teams have come back from 3-1.
Yeah.
No team has come back from 3-0.
Yeah.
And Wright asks him, so Chris, why can't a team come back from 3-1 when they win one game after being down 3-0? And Chris Broussard said it perfectly because it makes mathematical sense. Mm-hmm. And he goes, when you're down 3-1, you have to win 3 in a row.
That's tough.
But when you're down 3-0, like if that's where your first win comes after being down 3-0, you have to win 4 in a row. And that big gap of that, just that one game is a huge gap to go from winning 3 in a row to 4 in a row. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, that shit makes a lot of sense. Like that, just thinking of it as like humans, you know, like animals. It's like, yep, that makes sense.
That, and I mean,
they're not gonna have enough fuel to win 4 games in a row, even with LUKA fucking magic.
No, man. The crazy thing is, LUKA really didn't have like that much of an efficient night. I know it goes beyond shooting, but the Mavs, they had a super efficient night when it comes to threes. Like they didn't make 1, they didn't make 5, they didn't make 10, they made 20 threes. Like
they shot 46.5% from 3
dude,
as a squad, and 50% from the field goal range.
Exactly,
50.
man. Credit to Reggie Bullock, man. Like the guy played like ass. You know, the last game he went from 0 to 10 to like a lot more respectable.
18. And Finney Smith also finally responding. But that's what I said earlier. But unfortunately, just to get a W, past the Warriors,
you got to be perfect.
Yes,
pretty much.
Because Finney Smith, Bullock, Bronson, doncic, obviously, Kleber, Dinwiddie, all had to score in the double digits. Even Dinwiddie, he didn't have a prospering night. No. Still able to up 10 points. Kleber, prospering night for him, 13 points. Bronson, not one of his best nights, but he still came through with 15 points. And then, like we said, Bullock and Finney Smith, who are the big changers in this game, they finally came through and responded with close to 20 points each. And like that's literally what those two would have to do to push this team past even another win for against the Warriors, but it's not happening. I think the next game is Golden State, right?
Yeah,
okay. So
no. like unless we see some crazy shit like what happened in the finals a couple years back, that Draymond Green gets ejected, Steph Curry gets ejected, and even then, man, I'm like, shit, man, you're gonna need like half the bench of the Warriors to get ejected as well. Yeah, I think the series is pretty much over.
Yeah, but
credit to the
Mavs can keep getting wins, one will be happy as hell. We need more games. We want more games as basketball fans and as basketball content creators.
Yes.
But also, every win the Mavs get, whether they end up losing the series or not, is a big W for the Mavs organization as a whole. Because with every W and every extra game that the Mavs get to play against this Warriors team is another added wave of experience and lessons that they are going to take moving forward. Every single player on the Mavs squad that goes against that, especially Luka Doncic. And if Luka Doncic goes through this adversity right now, the earlier the better. And I'm saying, even if he loses this, but if he can push this and get as much out of this fucking apple, but not like think of it as a fruit that's about to rot, then you get to maximize your experience and performance for the future. And at that point, that's what the Mavericks are all about. The near future, not the future, but the near future. And the Golden State are about now, because right now we have called them the comeback dynasty. Like that's what we're gonna trademark them as in these playoff runs, whether they win the finals or not. But they're definitely going to the finals.
Yeah.
And
that's a given.
But their window is now. Yes, they got Jordan Poole. Yes, they got Andrew Wiggins. Both. Well, Andrew Wiggins a little older, but both young stars, young studs, let's say.
Yeah, I like that better.
But
studs.
Draymond, Clay, and Steph, all basically close to mid-30s plus.
Yep.
Now's the time. So, their window is these next 2 to 3 years, barring injury. That's another thing, you know what I mean? And as you age, the chance of you getting injured increase step by step. As opposed to this Mavs team, look, this Mavs organization future, literally, they just have to focus on one age, and that's Luka Doncic's age. That's the only age they got to focus on. So that means they got this window for the next 10 years if they can keep the guy. Like, legit, no doubt. And then with Mark Cuban by his side, but I ain't gonna sweat Mark in this episode. And I just don't see them doing it though in the loudest arena, supposedly, at least one of the loudest arenas in the basketball world.
We'll see, man. If anything, one thing that I did notice in the game is that they're saying in the commenting, the Warriors, they were going with a zone quite a bit. and it seems like the Mavs finally figured out how to properly attack that. Which Reggie Miller was saying, you gotta attack the middle of that zone. And shit, if the Warriors go,
and then the rest of the walls like crumble type shit. Like that's how it goes.
Exactly. They just gotta attack the paint and see what happens, and at least you'll have a chance to win that game, which. That's what the Mavs want to do.
That's all they need. Here's the thing. What I was mentioning earlier, too. With every win, he gets major experience. If LUKA Doncic leads the charge to a win in Golden State in a Game 5.
And then the pressure, it goes back to the Warriors.
Not just that. Well, that in the series, yes. But I'm thinking like what I was talking about, like LUKA gaining even more. If he adds that performance under his belt... What it does to him mentally and physically and his clutchest ability, which is already pretty fucking high, regardless of age. Like that W, literally, it's like you're playing a video game and you just won a boss mission. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And like, he can't keep leveling up. I want him to keep leveling up, but like for the future of my Heat team, which I would hope wins a championship some point in the 2020s,
could happen. Could.
Let's agree that this year is the best year until they finally get a fucking Embiid or somebody on the franchise.
Or Bam finally fucking learns how to be.
No, Bam's not gonna be that guy. I'm sorry. I was a Bam fan, and I am a Bam fan.
He's gonna be the guy that's gonna get us the guy.
He is.
He's a trade chip and get us the guy.
I actually left. I saw it getting some engagement, a comment on one of the major networks videos, and it was like, if the Heat losing these finals, Pat should put him on the trading block.
Damn,
people have been commenting on that. Yeah, I agree, because I think Bam's highest potential is to be a third star. Yeah, and that's exactly how I feel about Brunson.
Yeah, Bam's like a guy that can get you 19, 10 rebounds, a couple assists.
Exactly.
Once in a while, blow up.
That's Brunson. Not so much with the rebounds, but a few rebounds, more higher on the assist part, and he would make a good third piece who's already there, knows Doncic, and then Mavs just gotta add a second player. I think one point we talked about Embiid too. Embiid basically wherever he could go, he'll make a major difference. But there's a few franchises where he goes, he lifts him up to title contenders, and that's the Heat, that's the Mavs, maybe the Lakers. Although I don't know because the Lakers are
dumpster fire.
They're too aged in my opinion. They need two young stars.
They need to go to St. Augustine and get the fountain of youth.
This is random, but imagine if Embiid went to Milwaukee and played alongside Giannis. And then Chris Middleton is the third star and Holiday is their fourth star.
I'm gonna hate Milwaukee.
That would be a super team.
I'm gonna hate Milwaukee even more.
That you wouldn't cheer for an Embiid Giannis team?
I mean, I love Giannis, but I'm like, Milwaukee can go fuck themselves.
Damn! You ever been? You can't talk bad about. What do you mean? Have you?
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Chicago. I don't mean around that area.
Closest.
I mean, anyways,
they're gonna be like, Chicago ain't Milwaukee, dumbass.
No shit. Yeah, all right, dumbass. Tim Hardaway's not the star either that you're looking for either. For you want to say that.
So, shots fired.
Tim Hardaway Jr. Because Tim Hardaway Sr. Heat legend.
He was a baller.
Yeah,
baller.
And he was part of that trio with Chris Mullin and I brought this other guy back in the Golden State days. Run DMC. DMT. I think.
I forgot who. I think it's the Score or the DimeNet, but there's a great video on them on YouTube, guys. Yeah. I highly recommend you search that up after you subscribe to our channel, which is even better. Yeah, I'm lying. It's not. Well, but we will be posting content like that in the near future, like for real, guaranteed, and that's gonna be fun. Cause guess what? I can edit more than podcasts, guys.
That's true.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. So what do you think about this series? What are we doing with this? We throwing it out, or are we gonna fake hype the viewers to be like, hey, yeah, stay tuned, this is gonna be fire, they're gonna come back? I hate when major networks do that shit sometimes. But I get it.
I'll give them a chance that they can stay close enough and be in a position to win Game 5. But if they're gonna win Game 5, nah.
So you think Game 5 is gonna be close?
I think they're. I mean, I would hope. You know, that the Mavericks, they're against the wall. Their season's on the line. You know, I should see a sense of desperation to make it close. But I think the Warriors, you know, it's gonna be like that thing in Twitter, man. Like, you know, when you're playing 2K, when I'm playing 2K with you, man. Like,
oh yeah,
you think you're gonna win? All right, I'm gonna go forward, kick your ass. Like,
no, I agree. I actually, that's actually a good analogy. I'm afraid. I'm almost scared for the Mavericks, man. I think Golden State is gonna come out gunning. They're gonna have tanks ready, and first quarter off the bat, if I were them, and I think this is what they're gonna do, Kerr's just gonna fucking lead the army and just attack, and it's just gonna be bam, 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 threes, twos, taking it in, frustrating the fuck out of Draymond. If you think Draymond's annoying, Draymond's gonna be the biggest fucking prick on the planet on that basketball court that night, and it's gonna be fun as fuck to watch. I'm rooting for you, Draymond. Please fucking bring it.
It's crazy with Draymond, man. It's like, you know, he might be like the biggest prick, like in the
basketball game,
but when you hear his podcast, man, he's so educated, so like,
yeah,
you know,
he's that's why I respect him a lot. I
man,
get what he's doing.
man,
I love it.
like
I
that,
love
man.
it. You ever want to get drinks, Draymond, or anything? Yo, hit me up. Yeah, he'd be cool to chop it up. Yeah, he does keep it real. He fucking keeps it real as fuck, and that's also why I like respect him and like him a lot.
Yeah, for real.
And but yeah, Draymond, if you're watching this, man, leave a comment. What are your game plans for not tomorrow, 2 days from now? Is it 2 days from now? Yeah, 2 days from now.
He's probably recording the podcast right now. See, like, you know, his
dude, he's been on top. Like, we're on top of this now. Imagine being an NBA player. You just played an NBA, a professional basketball
so
game.
There's no excuses, Duncan
You're
Robinson.
tired.
He's actually playing. I'm like, shit.
Yo, he just tried his ass, low key though. Yeah. And then he gets back to his hotel if it's an away game or maybe home. I don't know where the fuck he goes in San Fran, and he's just there with his mic. Like, that shit trips me out, and I'm just looking sometimes like uploaded how long ago in just a couple hours. I'm like, didn't you just play a fucking game? Like, what? Or like the next morning, it's like, damn, you woke up and you're like, boom, business. Yeah, like, shit. JJ, he's coming for you, bro. He's coming. And Duncan, buddy, I'm sorry, man, if
you're getting shipped out as well.
I thought you had a lot of potential, but yeah. Well, like your podcast,
he does.
These people
he's still good. He has a strong co-host.
No, Long Shot Podcast, yeah. Long Shot Podcast, man. I've been recommending them to people. Like, guys, if you need a basketball podcast, not just basketball, I just love that. Kind of like with us, like, we'll talk about other shit while we're talking about basketball, and it'll all ultimately tie in and stuff. So, yeah, and you know, it comes from Duncan's mouth and his co-hosts, who they've known they've been boys for, I think, since college, maybe high school.
They have. Either way, guys, appreciate all the love and the hate.
Could you imagine that though? Like, ever thought about that? Like, imagine somebody, I've randomly thought, like, damn, that would be cool. Because I kind of seen it, someone that you knew personally, that you were close to or still are, and they just flourished into an NBA star or an NFL star, a soccer star. You know what I mean? Like,
it happens more often than you think.
Like, no, I think it happens, you know, fairly, but not more often, because I put a, you know, pretty good estimate, because the majority of us do not, you know what I mean? There are 7 billion people on the planet. How many professional athletes?
Is that how our friends are gonna think? Like, when they randomly go into YouTube and be like, oh shit, this channel has 100,000 subs. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, see, that's more attainable. That's more attainable, in my opinion.
For real. I mean, with the way we're going.
But then you guys will catch us at an NBA All-Star game. That is the goal. I hope you guys know that. I don't think I've ever said it to the new viewers, but that is a goal of us. Get this channel big enough. Fuck the money.
Celebrity All-Star game.
Yeah. We're talking the Celebrity All-Star NBA weekend game. I just totally chopped those up. But just like, oh shit, these random internet YouTuber stars, whatever you call them, like, and we're just happy there because we have a basketball podcast that, you know, has a sizable audience. And then just I just want to score just 1 point. Just 1, 2, 1, 3. Shit. Maybe literally 1 point. Maybe I just make a free throw. But no, I would score more. Like, I remember Bad Bunny was in the Celebrity All-Star game, and that man played like ass. But I really admired and enjoyed and loved his love for the game. He was very passionate about it. You ever saw that? His Insta posts about the Celebrity All-Star game, and we're like paragraphs, bro. You ever saw them?
Nah.
It was crazy.
But anyways, guys, we're on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all podcast streaming platforms. We'll catch you guys soon. For now,
Take
later.
care.